Hey everybody, welcome to the video and welcome to Goodwill. As you can see, they're still doing construction at this Goodwill here. We just I scoped out the glass, nothing really that great in there. Kind of the same stuff that I have been seeing in the glass here lately at this particular Goodwill. And I sailed almost completely past the purses without without nothing there. So nothing really that I saw at first glance. And I probably won't, necessarily be doing like a deeper dive into purses. Well, it depends. Depends what else I find out here. I may go back around to the purses, but I'm not really finding too much in the hard goods section. This is a morning, so this is right when the when this Goodwill opens. They open at 10 o'clock over here, so usually pretty busy in the mornings, especially on the weekend, especially on a Saturday. It will definitely pick up as it gets closer to the lunch hour. They have all their Halloween stuff. I was going to move down the toy aisle here. And that's usually what I'll do. I'll hit the glass first. Well, it used to be hit the glass, then proceed straight down to over here to the hard goods. But since they're rearranging it, I have to go through the purses. This is a pretty cool little Halloween resin. Nothing really too expensive. I was more or less thinking of adding it to our own Halloween decor for our house. I kind of like that you can open it up. But yeah, it wasn't like high quality or anything, just a resin piece. Pretty cool little Halloween decor. We're going to check out the little miscellaneous aisle. A lot of their hats are in this section. I know a lot of the other Goodwills, they kind of have like their hats out on the floor where the clothing is. Here, this is where they primarily put their hats, in this small miscellaneous area. Haven't found too much in the way of hats lately, nothing good. I know I did pull that really cool Chicago White Sox spring training hat, which I decided to keep, by the way. That was pretty cool. And then, yeah, but as far as hats go, pretty slim pickings in the hat department. I think you saw the flea market video. I found that WD-40 hat, which was pretty cool, and should get me about... it should sell for around, hopefully $40, I believe, is what it should end up selling for. That's what I currently have it listed at. But I do open up offers, as you guys know, anything generally over $20, I will have offers open. Here's a bag of Lego, but appears to be all like Lego Friends, which aren't really the best for resale. You have to get them really cheap, and generally the minifigures are going to be where your money's at there. As far as the individual pieces, it would be sold by the pound for maybe like 10 bucks. 10 bucks a pound. And it was a little dog cleaner. I guess you put your dog's
Look at this little thing I found right
paw in it.
I don't know, resale, but I mean, it's a little.
I'm gonna show my wife that little Halloween thing, see what she thought.
Aww,
Kind of cool though.
that's cute.
It's kind
Little like haunted house.
kind of like it just for the house.
Two trinket boxes.
Pretty nice little piece though. I was really excited about it. So, but the other thing too is, when you're looking at when you're picking up your stuff, you're looking up something, or you're getting something for yourself.
What's the price on it?
I'm continually like scanning the shelves. So I'm still looking out. I got one eye, looking at the thing, got the other eye looking, at what's going on here on the shelves. My wife's handed me this like giant turtle trinket box. We ended up putting it back. I can't really find any comps on it. This cup or mug she was handing me was like a wolf, Native American style type of mug. Yeah, again, we do end up putting that back. I couldn't really find any comps. There was a name on the bottom, but it didn't look very good. And I really I'm being very picky with my mugs now that I've sold a lot of mugs off. My mug storage is
I'll look it up. I'll scan it for
I can actually put some more mugs in there, but I'm not going to stack with mugs. You know, I'm gonna be picky with the mugs. I'm only gonna be selecting the ones, you know, that are higher dollar, more desirable mugs that will, you know, sell quick. Well, quicker, I should say, quicker than the mugs I've had. But here we are in the electronics section. Definitely look out for the keyboards, of course. You guys know I'm love keyboards. Keyboards are my thing. So I'm always keeping an eye out for keyboards. Any computer components, anything like that. If I can find anything here, any networking equipment, Raspberry Pis. Although Raspberry Pis are going down right now, yeah, their value isn't as high as they used to be, but they're still priced pretty well if you can find them, like at Goodwill or the flea markets, to where you can still make a pretty good profit on them, and they're still pretty desirable too as well. As far as, you know, them coming out to retail stores, it's still kind of slow. So they're still not that easy to get, but they are out there now. Lamps. I don't do really anything with lamps. I mean, I have picked up and sold the occasional cool lamp, but generally it's not something that I look for. So we're scanning the end caps. We're trying to see what's out here. Looking for anything. Now at this point I would probably say looking for Glossy Baby, but Glossy Baby it's taken a hit. It's not as not selling as well as it used to. And used to, like last year, it hasn't really been, you know, selling like last year or previous year, I should say. I just think it's, you know, it's too, everybody's looking out for Glossy Baby, so, you know, when you have, you know, thousands, who knows how many people exactly, but at least, you know, 1,000 or two, maybe more, eyes out there looking for it, and it's going to turn up. Going to turn up at these spots. So, you know, more supply means prices go down. Less supply, prices go up. Just, it's the way of things, the way of the market we live in. I mean, I think it's true, like, for everything. I mean, if anything's in abundance, prices go down. If anything is rare, then things, you know, prices tend to go up on those items. And, you know, you see that in, you know, everyday items. You know, you're pretty inexpensive. Those rarer items like designer pieces and all that, where they make a limited run, those ones tend to be, you know, have a lot more value. Nothing here on the end caps really. We got some orange. This is where they usually would put all their Target stuff, but as you can see, it's all cleared out. And it should be coming out. Yeah, the Labor Day holidays is right around the corner here, and usually all the major holidays they will you know, have a fairly large sale for our area. It's I think Target items are 25% off, and then they have like donated goods would be 35% off, and then throughout the day it kind of goes down. And you can get really good deals. You get really good deals during the holidays, during those holiday sales. So they usually hit all the major holidays, and the Goodwills in our area do open 2 hours earlier for those holiday sales, which, if yours do the same thing too, people don't usually get out that early to Goodwill. So if you can get out there by 8, you might have a good chance of picking up some good stuff, and you might actually have a nice, kind of fairly quiet shopping experience until the general public starts shuffling in. A nice wood piece here, probably like an ironwood. It looked like a rose that held a candle, but one of the petals was chipped. So, broken off, I should say. Not even chipped, just broken off. we're going into the we're heading into the wood section. And as a matter of fact, I forgot to mention, I was going to mention it right at the beginning of the video, is we do a couple of things in this video that I do not do regularly, and that is go through clothes, and we hit a garage sale, just, you know, to foreshadow that garage sale. We don't really buy anything, but we do take a look at a garage sale, and you know I don't really go to too many garage sales. I don't necessarily like to drive around town and basically just strike out like 4 or 5 times. Generally, when it comes to garage sales, based on what my experience with garage sales, it's right around 1 in 8 or 10 garage sales till I actually start to buy something. So actually there's something of value for me to resell, so, or say worth it to resell. And that's, you know, I know people that, you know, where I've gone to garage sales, I know people that have gone to garage sales, and they'll go to garage sales all day and not buy anything. So, you know, and driving around everywhere, it takes a toll on, you know, on your day. It's kind of exhausting. So I'd much rather go to a flea market. You know, we're very fortunate because we have you know, a few large flea markets in our area. So some of them operate, you know, like 1-2 times a month, and well, I think there's one big one at the beginning of the month. There's one towards the middle of the month. There's one that's every Wednesday through Sunday. And there's another one which is kind of getting really slim, and I think their hours have constantly been changing, so I'm not sure what it is now. But I'm fortunate to have several flea markets, you know, not too far from where we live, to help, you know, supplement these slow days at the Goodwill. So you got to make sure to have multiple areas, multiple places or people, whatever you do to source your stuff. You need multiple, what do you call it, sources of getting items, multiple sources of sourcing. This is the next box, just sitting here. It looked pretty tore up. I'm not taking that. Not going to deal with that. I don't really pick up consoles that much anymore either. But having multiple areas where you're able to source, hopefully close to you. I mean, closer the better, in my opinion. You don't want to be driving pretty far to, you know, to source your items. Then you're talking about gas, and you're talking about probably going out to eat. Then you're talking about wear and tear on your vehicle. You're talking about, you know, you're wasting time during your day. So all those things play into the game. Not the game. It's not a game. It's the business. It's a business of reselling. So you have to take all those things into consideration when you're going out sourcing. So, you know, some people are more fortunate than others to have. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, like 4 Goodwills, like within about 10 miles or 11 miles, I believe. A Savers, flea market, 2 flea markets if you count one that, you know, that's once a month. But we're here at this Goodwill. We're looking at the clear glass now, and the clear glass can be a little tricky because it takes a good set of eyes to see. The clear glass can be really hard to see, or really what to spot was good. And I'll tell you what, I have not spotted anything good in the clear glass as of late. So I'm gonna kind of move through it pretty quickly and just kind of hopefully rely on my vision and maybe a little bit of luck that I can just spot something as I quickly move through it that may or may not have value. Miscellaneous white pottery. There's some Ray Dunn sitting there. Wife's not really finding too much. waiting for some carts to come out, because carts do come out. Matter of fact, there should have been several carts out already. Not sure, maybe they were, a little understaffed, who knows? Maybe they didn't have enough stuff to bring out in carts earlier. But usually there were a few carts out here. Oh, there's a car right there! Gotta attack! Attack! They already got to it. Or my wife got to it, and the other guy got to it. Got to attack these carts, especially when the shelves are slim. Slim or dry. I think dry is the better word. Is that Clairol? But I don't think there was... Oh, that bag I have in my hand, that was a fishing kit. It had like a little fishing reel in there. It was all brand new too. So that was pretty cool. These, I forget what you call these, but they're kind of like fidget, little balls. I believe they come from Asian culture, and it turns out not to be worth too much. Yeah, that fishing kit, I need to put in my cart right away. I don't know why. Just like, it looks like I was putting it back, but I'm not. I'm gonna take those two ball things and I'm gonna look them up later. See, look, a little fishing kit in there. That's pretty cool. A little reel, nothing high end or anything, but it, I did look up the brand later, and it goes for about right around $40 or so. So not a bad pickup.
A little fishing kit.
Pretty nice. Wife's still going through the bins, so there's a little sewing kit. As a matter of fact, I bought an old sewing kit like this. I think you saw the video not too long ago. I bought an old sewing kit, and I've already sold some little things out of there. Still going through it. I'm still sorting through the items that are in there. There was quite a bit of value overall. Each individual piece, that that I had pulled out of there, it's like $5, $6, $7. Nothing like crazy, like each singular piece. But once you start adding it up, I mean that one sewing kit I got, I mean, I only listed I think 12 or 15 pieces from there already. So, and everything was like between $5 to $8. So you multiply that, and you've already made your money back on that item. Plus you're in the profit. Plus I still have more things in there that have that kind of value. Just like between $5 to maybe $10 the most. I think that was kind of like a wristlet type of purse. This kind of glance at it, I don't think that was going to really be worth it or worth my time. The candles, looking for any Bath and Body Work candles. I would have handed me this purse, but this is the Chaps. Chaps, if I'm not mistaken, is just kind of like a lower end, like Ralph Lauren.
Chaps.
We're all working our way through this cart.
Chaps.
No.
Yeah, we're not going to pick up the Chaps. I mean, I pick it up. It was $1, but it's not $1. It's not $1 here. We're gonna go for a second look through the shelves, just because what did I must have missed. It could be just because of the holidays coming up. It could be they're holding stuff back, and they do tend to do that here. They will kind of save some of their better stuff, some of their more eye-catching stuff for the sale. That is a common practice from what I've learned from the Goodwills in my area. Is as we start to get, within that month of the sale, they will start to hold things back just to bring out for the sale. But they have limited space too, so they're not, they don't have unlimited space. Oh yeah, I forgot. My wife threw that little Coach wristlet in the, or I did. I'm not sure who threw that in the cart exactly, But that is a Coach wristlet, authentic Coach. That clutch giant wristlet. I mean, it was interesting, but that's not worth anything. I was checking out this this Eureka crate because the last one I got was a pretty good deal. That is not. Here's where I'm going to scope out. I'll show you guys here the comps on this stuff here. I do a bit of looking up and start, you know, putting things back so that way I don't have to, you know, trek all the way back over here, kind of in the area where I can put stuff back at. And as you can see, you know, pretty good comps on their stuff here. So I'm guessing the kit should be like around at least $40 for that kit. So we're definitely gonna take that. That's a Coach wristlet. I mean, the price was right. It's probably like about $25, maybe $30 piece right there. I'm just kind of looking it over really quick. I mean, right off the bat, you know, it looked legit to me. Take a look at this mug again. You know, I already said that earlier. I'm gonna put this mug back. I mean, it was a cool mug, but I don't want to fill up my mug station already. And I kind of want to use my mug storage area more for other more desirable glass items. And mugs, you know, mugs are great. It's the problem with mugs is the shipping on the mugs. Yeah, because you know, every mug is going to be about 2 pounds. It's going to be always right around 2 pounds shipping. And as of right now, with the new USPS standard, it's should be right. Depending upon exactly where you're at, the most you're going to pay is like $9.88. So here we are. We're in the close, and I told you guys I was going to go in the close. We're finding this Nintendo pullover here. I believe this is like an employee. It's a full zip too. Just a like a little performance jacket, lightweight, probably moisture wicking. We're gonna pick that up for sure. A Nintendo piece. Wonder Woman jacket, box launch. You saw the Diana Prince. Boom! It's got like a military-esque style to it. That like camo-ish green, cool piece. Brand new too, mind you. So I couldn't find any comps on that, but we're taking that anyway. I think it was $11. So we're gonna go and scan through some more shirts here. Now when it comes to clothes, I generally won't mind doing like sweaters, just because we are starting to approach colder weather soon. Hopefully soon. Prefer colder weather. So I will start to look at sweaters, long sleeves now, stuff that can move relatively quickly. Just because, you know, that's what if it's going to be closed, that's kind of what I would prefer to sell. But that generally works, you know, towards the colder climates. Colder time of year, I should say. Not, you know, colder time of year. Now, and generally this stuff, you know, like the sweaters and everything will be probably about close to 2 pounds. It'll definitely be over a pound for a lot of these sweaters and stuff that I do pick up. Like that jacket, it's at least 2 pounds jacket. But what I do is I put those in the flat rate bubble mailer envelope. So Sundance, this is a brand I was unfamiliar with, so I'm definitely going to scope it out really quick. And appears to go for probably around $30 to $40, so not a bad pickup. Definitely want to, you know, when you're here, you're looking at clothes. They'll mix up the men's and the women's clothes, so definitely go through both. You'll find men's and women's clothes, you know, in either section. So I believe that Sundance was a woman's, it would be considered a woman's, what do you call it, sizing, you know, the cut. But it looks like it sells well, so I'm definitely going to scoop that up, and good thing I found it here. Let me know if you guys, well, I do pick up clothing. I am quite familiar with a lot of the brands that do sell really well. Keep my eye out for vintage stuff. It's not really something that I develop. It's not something that I really research or anything. Just because I don't really like clothes. It's not that I don't like to. I mean, when I list clothes, I love listing clothes. It's so easy, quick. I can get through a lot of clothes very fast. I just don't like clothes in general. So, let me know if you guys see anything I'm missing. I'm passing up here on clothes. I would appreciate any comments down below. Hey, you missed this, or look out for this brand. I would definitely appreciate that down in the comments. This is Duke Blue Devils. Pretty, it's a college team. It's, they're pretty well known for their basketball. Nope. What do we got here? A little Eddie Bauer. Now I'm at the actual Goodwill store, so the clothes is gonna be, the pricing is gonna be up there. So you got to be cautious with what you're picking up. These clothing items, are gonna have to sell. If I'm picking it up for $10, $11, they're gonna have to sell for at least $30. Which is why I tend to stick to sweaters, jackets, when I am selling clothes, because generally you can get more for those, especially if you get a good brand name. I think in the cart too, I might have a snowboarding jacket that I'm going to put back. It is a Burton. Comps were kind of all over the place. They looked as low as 30, so I was debating whether or not to get this Drexel University. It was brand new. It was on a Champion. I'm gonna look up Drexel and just see if there's what the sold comps look like for the name, and if there's anything good, I might snap it up, but I'm not really seeing it. And as you can see, you can go through clothes pretty quickly. Especially if you know what you're looking for, you can move through them pretty fast. Now, some of the Goodwills in my area, they pack the clothes in, so it's a bit of a workout when you're moving through these racks, because they are packed full of clothes. So, but of the Goodwills, this one here does tend to get, better stuff. But the best stuff I found is at a Goodwill, which you've seen before, and I'll probably go through clothes there soon as well. We're still scanning. We're still looking. The other thing about clothes, it don't break. Well, shouldn't break. This Tigre, Le Tigre jacket. Comps were a little high, a little low, but I think I can get at least $30 for that jacket. So it is a vintage jacket. So, let's see. I think at this point in the video, there was a woman that I think she parked her cart towards the front, and she was putting stuff in her car, but then somebody came in after and not realizing that somebody still had stuff in that cart and grabbed it. So be cautious with your carts. I've left stuff behind with my carts. I've done it. I remember I left oh man, most recently I left these Burton snowboarding bindings. I'm like, oh, I found these bindings there. And I used to be a big snowboarder, back in my day, back in my 20s, be the early 2000s, where I was snowboarding all the time. So when I spot snowboarding equipment, I know what's good and what's not good, and I am an expert in snowboarding, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm an expert in snowboarding. Snowboarded for well over a decade, like religiously. Over a decade? Yeah, I think it was over a decade of snowboarding. Constantly, just every season. Boom, get out there. First snow of the season. Boom, we're out there. We're snowboarding on mud. We're out there. Even late in the season, all the snow's melting, and it's like, going over rocks. Yep. But I won't do snowboards. Too big. All right, we're gonna snap up that jacket. It looks pretty good. Comps are looking good. Notre Dame Irish on Adidas. Notre Dame stuff is pretty saturated. I've tried to sell Notre Dame stuff before, and I ended up taking low offers and just to get rid of it. I was debating whether to take that sweater. I'm definitely gonna look it up, but it turns out not to be worth too much. You would say softball. Interesting. More interesting stuff. Eddie Bauer. I don't know. Eddie Bauer doesn't really move too well for me, and the prices are just too high on Eddie Bauer products. Spider jacket. I generally would sell Spider if it's brand new. I have sold Spider, but I bought it brand new and resold it for pretty good profit. Brand new, not used. I think everybody's looking over here. I think the woman is looking for a cart. I think she was asking them to shut the doors. Don't let anybody out. Nothing. Like a bunch of oh yeah. Here we go. We're gonna. I think someone was trying to help her, but I think another customer was trying to help her, but it made somebody else kind of upset. But yeah, just keep track of your stuff. That's all I gotta say. Nothing here. Orvis sold at Costco. Looked like it came from a Costco. Little puffer jacket. Nothing really there. This leather vest here, made in Mexico, the larger size, kind of biker, like call it $8, or like $7.59, I think. Again, they have this fascination with putting that 9 at the end. $7.59. So we're gonna take that leather vest. We're gonna, I couldn't even find any comps on it, so, but I'm pretty sure it was a nice leather vest, large size, probably like a 3X. So we're gonna try to sell that. Nothing else here. Yeah, not really seeing too much else. A Hollister action. Bypass that. Oh, that was cool. Seattle Mariners. And we're gonna pass that up too, though. San Diego Padres. We got some company branded stuff. So it looks like I'm moving pretty fast through here. I don't know. I'm not fast forwarding it. It looked like I was moving like rather rapidly through there. Not by. I think I saw this. I'm not sure if that cart was newer or not, but I was gonna take a peek really quick. A little drone thing, kind of cheap. Scanning over here, the jewelry. It's kind of throwing me off, their new configuration, because it's not where the jewelry used to be, not where their higher-end shoes used to be. So yeah, I'm not in a routine. Not in a routine yet for this new layout. So we'll get there, though. We will get there. The next clip should be at the... There we go. Look at garage sale. I'm at a garage sale. We used to do a lot of garage sales. And let me tell you, garage sales, you'll get the best prices. Not at this garage sale, but you will get the best prices at garage sales. The only problem is, you know, like I said, it's like 1 in 8, 1 in 10 until you start finding stuff to resell.
Okay, cool.
But some of the best items that I've sold, best profit items, have come out of garage sales. I found, I think it was a 3rd generation iPod it wasn't quite brand new, but it still had like the original wrapping and everything, original box. I found it just at a garage sale. It was like $10. Oh yeah, I remember I pulled 3 iPods out of one box. They were newer iPods. One with the hard disks. One was 2 hard disks. One was with a touch. And I got them at a garage sale, and I got really good price. I think I got probably $15 for all of them. $5 each, is what they told me. And they said we're just trying to get rid of it. They were selling jewelry. We're like we're jewelry people. We're whatever is on the electronics section. Just make us a good offer. And I don't really like when people say, or I feel uncomfortable when people say make me an offer. I need some sort of starting. Somewhere to launch off of, So when they said just $5 each, I was like, perfect, take it. Great. I got a vintage like Harley shirt one time. I got it for like $1. Ended up selling it for $80.
How much are the Pottery Barn guys?
Definitely if you're starting out, go to garage sales. The garage sales are great. And like I said, be prepared because. And don't get discouraged. You're gonna have to go. To drive around. You're gonna go to 8. You're gonna go to 10, maybe 15 before you find something. Just be cautious. The other thing too is I don't really carry much cash on me nowadays. I don't know why. I just don't. I think I had like $6, and they wanted $10 for each of these Pottery Barn things. I think they're a Pottery Barn. The only thing that piqued my interest here at this sale, but they were donating to I think a school in Hawaii. So I ended up just donating the cash I had. So that was cool. Another interesting tidbit is this area is right next to eBay headquarters. So. Either way,
but I'll donate anyway. Here's for the donation. There you go.
Thank you so much.
that's the end of the video.
Take care. Have a good day.
And so, a couple of things that I don't usually do, and you've seen it in the video for the first time. But we're gonna go to the recap and check everything out here. Okay, everybody, welcome to the recap. You saw me go through Goodwill. You saw me buying clothes, which you might see me buying more clothes if, the hard goods aren't really, turning up anything good for resale. Definitely picked up some stuff for us, but the whole objective is to resell it to make money. So, we're going to go over the stuff really quick, and then I'm going to, just kind of discuss why resell, why I resell. It's going to be different for everybody, but we'll discuss a little bit. But let's go through these items here, because here's some stuff my wife picked up as well, too, to resell. I think I touched on this in the video. This is the Coach. This is a wristlet. So it just, it allows you to carry money, cards, whatever you want. And it has just a little wrist thing, and, the zipper keeps it closed. So you can carry that around. You're at the club. I don't really club too much anymore. Getting too old. But and the cool thing about this is it has the little tag still. So these little accessories on purses, a big one that came up recently is Kipling bags. If they don't have the little gorilla on the Kipling bag, there goes the value of the bag or the desirability of the bag. And same thing is true with Coach. You want to make sure that they have the tag. You want to make sure it's a legit tag too. So, look it up online. I'm not going to go over. I did a video of how I, authenticate purses myself. But, you can definitely look online. You can see examples of legit and non-legit Coach or any designer thing for that matter. And, but it happens. We do, as resellers, even just, consumers, we'll run into fakes. It just happens every day. As a matter of fact, I might show you a pair of Travis Scotts that I have that are, in my opinion, they're fake. Just because I see some warning signs on it. Either way, If you guys remember these, this is well, this is the Millennium Falcon. First of all, this is those what they're called beans with a Z, like bean with a Z, like BEAN, usually S for beans, but it's with a Z. And so this goes for like $25, and it has actually some of the characters in here. It has Han Solo, Chewbacca. It's actually a carrying case for them. So, but you know, and we paid my wife picked it up. That's why you didn't see it in the video. $4.19 on that. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my Chicago White Sox hat, which I picked up at this Goodwill. Huge baseball fan. I collect all kinds of baseball hats, primarily baseball hats, but baseball not really big in memorabilia anymore or cards. I used to be, but yeah, this is a pretty cool hat right here, and in honor of me actually running into Ready Set Resell on YouTube. I ran into him at the Goodwill here, kind of like just caught me completely off guard because we're almost pretty far apart. I mean, he's over in Chicago, so I never thought I'd ever run into him around here, but Chicago hat. I know he's not from Chicago. Well, I don't know where he's from originally, but previously I think he was in Cincinnati, but Chicago now. Now this is trinket boxes. We do have a lot of success selling trinket boxes. They don't go for very much. Don't pay too much for them. This was $4.69. Now most trinket boxes will have like a little accessory on the inside. This one does not, but it's like a 2-in-1. See there? It's like a 2-in-1. It has a little monkey on there. It should sell for anywhere between $15 to $20. So I'll probably list it for $20, and I'll accept as low as $15 on this piece here. But it doesn't quite meet the the $15 and up. But that's just a goal that we have. It's not necessarily something that we stick to. So we have that goal of trying to make at least between $15 to $20. But more times than not, you will go under it. But it's good just to get the money back. Remember, when you sell the item, you're getting the money back that you spent on the item as well. So you're getting the money back you spent on it, and hopefully a little bit more on top of that. So sometimes it's good just to get the money back, so you can recirculate it and get it back into something else that will sell a lot better and maybe more profit for you. Which I'm hoping these clothes do pretty well. As you saw me pick it up, I still have not been able to comp out this Wonder Woman jacket, but I think for $7.39 for a brand new, this is Lunchbox Wonder Woman jacket. Let me see. It says, so original price was $64.99 at Lunchbox, and it went on sale for $45.99. And then it ended up in Goodwill. So I don't know if it came directly from Box Lunch or it came from someone bought it and then just never wore it. But there it is. There's the Wonder Woman. What caught my eye was the Diana Prince right here across the, the Diana Prince right there. It's got that military fatigue, distressed. It's not even really a jacket. It is I guess it would be. It's more like a shirt, like a. It's kind of thick, like a. I think I said it was a jacket, but it's more like a button shirt. Yeah, it's more like a button shirt. Heavy. But there's the, there's the original tag, has the original button on there, or I say backup button. So, it's got to be worth, for $7, you can't go wrong with $7 for a brand new DC Comics Wonder Woman. Probably not a jacket, it's probably more like a shirt, a button shirt, but it's got to be like $30, $40 at least, the very minimum. So that's a good pickup right there. Where should I put it? I'll put it down here. Then this was a brand that was unfamiliar to me, but it was $8.09. But you saw the comps, like $30 to $40. Sundance, a nice bright yellow. I know the season for this color might be going out. Oh shoot! I did not even realize it has the original. It is brand new. Dang. Well, this is brand new with tags. It says extra small, too, to top it off. But, it looks more like a small. It's probably a bit oversized for, but It's a hoodie. I mean, it is a hoodie though. I mean, the color is probably, the color is more of a spring, summer color, but it is a hoodie. It is a sweater, and we are coming into fall now, so that's a pretty good pickup. I will start to look more towards clothing because I prefer to sell, sweaters, jackets, which tend to resell a better and more profit than t-shirts and tank tops and shorts. I'm not really in it to to sell clothing for like $10, $15. So this is the Nintendo now zip up kind of active wear jacket, running jacket probably. This looks like it was probably a Nintendo employee jacket, as you can see right there. I generally always pick up employee merch if it's a well-known company. Like Apple, we see a lot of Apple stuff because Apple is in Cupertino, which Cupertino is, basically a part of San Jose. It's within Santa Clara County. It's about 20-25 minutes away from me. Not too far, and that's because of the traffic. So, but we have Apple, we have eBay here. I mean, all the major Google's not too far. Tesla's right down the freeway. So, a lot of major companies do pick up that type of merch. Nintendo merch, though, I don't really see Nintendo employee stuff that often. So that should be like a $30 piece right there. We spent $9 on that one. A couple of pieces for my wife that she picked up, and this is a vintage jacket, like a sport jacket. It is Le Tigre. I am pronouncing it the way I believe it should be pronounced, or the tiger. It's in Spanish, Le Tigre. And this was $11.99. And I think this should probably go for about $30 to $40. I'm pretty sure. It's a nice jacket. It's in great condition. All the zippers work. It's practically brand new. Made in Taiwan. It's a good size too. It's a size large, so it's not, generally when I'm selling clothing, I want to shoot for XXL, XXL or bigger. Because it tends to do better, the bigger sizes. This one was a little bit more than everything else. This was $11.99. Probably because it's more of a heavier weight jacket. We're going to get all this clothes washed and cleaned, pictured. I think I said it in the video as we're going through the aisles that I just generally don't like clothing. But as far as listing it and storing it, I mean, it's so easy and convenient. If you guys want to get started in reselling, I believe clothing would be a great place to resell in. The problem with clothing is most of it is like around the $10 range. It's pretty low end depending upon what brands you're picking up. So that's why I don't really focus on clothing. But it's easy to ship. They mostly go on poly bags or the heavier stuff. I've seen it put into the priority envelopes, like just the paper envelopes. You can do that. I do the priority padded envelopes. They're not really envelopes; they're more like poly bags, but they're bubble. They have the bubble protection, and you get them free from the post office. As a matter of fact, speaking on that, I don't know if I made a mistake or the post office made a mistake. I don't know who made a mistake on my order for the last thing of polybag envelopes, but I ended up getting like 500 of them. I think I tried to order I forgot what I tried to order. I think I only wanted, I don't know, like 50 of them or so, but they ended up, I remember seeing on my camera at my front door, just a bunch of boxes stacked up in front of my door. I'm like, holy cow, I came home and there was a massive amount of polybag. I mean, I'm going to use them. No big deal, but it was kind of a little overwhelming when I saw it. Either way, what I want to talk about today is reselling, why I resell, or why you should even think about starting your own business of any kind. But focus more towards reselling, because that's what I do and what I talk about. So, as far as reselling goes, I think I might have mentioned it in other videos. I started out doing cards. Baseball cards, primarily. Baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards. And, not just, we would trade them. In the beginning, we were young, so we were just trading cards. Then eventually you start going to card shops. And you're like, oh man, look at the selection, and then you see the boxes of cards that are up on the shelves. Like, oh man, look at box. You're gonna get a whole box. Like, back then it was like 300-400 cards in a box. It was like, dang, just ripping packs open for days. So it was just so mind-boggling that you can actually buy a box, the box that we would see at the store or something. We got most of ours from the liquor store, which was down the street from our apartments. Me and my friends. But then you go to card stores. One of the first things I did learn was the value of the cards are far different from what you think the value is. Because when you go into a card store and you're trying to make a deal, they are a physical store, so they have to not only, are not only trying to buy the card, they're trying to buy the card for their own inventory, but they have to pay for whatever they're renting the space for. They have to pay for if they have employees, all the normal stuff that that keep a business running. They have to pay for that. And where's that money going to come from? That's going to come from the profits that they make. I guess what would be considered profit? The profit would be after you paid all that. Then whatever's left over will be your profit. But it's going to have to come from the sale of said cards or packs. So when we would go in there and try to sell cards or trade cards, we realized really quick that I wasn't getting the value that I thought the cards are worth. And then Beckett came around. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with sports cards, but Beckett was huge in the sports card world as a price guide for cards. And so you automatically think the price guide says it's worth $20, so I should get $20 for it. Well, not really the case when you're going to a card store. Maybe between buddies, in trading, that might be worth it. But when you're going to actual card stores, you're not going to get that $20. You're not getting it. You're getting, and then this was even before even card grading came around. So they would still scrutinize the card and look at the condition of the card and everything. This was before anybody started giving it grades. So we learned very quick that the cards weren't worth what exactly we thought they were worth or what a price guide said they were worth. Then we branched out to shows, to card shows, sports shows, and then we really got an idea of what pricing is like as far as the cards go. And we would go through like what they would say 10-cent boxes, which cards were like 10 cents a piece. And then you look at the price guide, you're like, wait a second, this is like a $5 card. Why are they just unloading it for 10 cents? Then you kind of learn that. Then you kind of learn about, sometimes these companies need to just unload stuff to move it, to make room. Maybe it's taking up space on a shelf somewhere, or maybe they just need cash flow, and a quick way to get rid of cash flow, discount stuff. And then stuff starts selling, you get cash flow going. Because the thing about cash, or the thing about money, you got to remember, money is meant to move. It's meant to be. That's why they always talk about liquidity. I gotta have liquidity. Companies talk about liquidity. What does that mean? It's fluid. You want it to be fluid. Think of it like a river that's just running continuously in a circle. We're all trying to. There's a set amount of money that's set by the government. The governments of the world. They set. This is how much money they're printing. So that's how much money is in circulation, and so it's just circulating, right? Circulating. And then the government's taking that money back and burning some of it because it gets old or wore out, and they put more money back into the system. So we're all on the edge. Think of it like a circle, like a river, I guess a circle might be a river, but either way, a circle of water just flowing continuously, and then we're all on the banks trying to carve out a little section of that water to come in our direction. But yet, we want to keep it flowing back, so it's like, shh. So think of money as just constantly needing to be moved. Okay. I mean, I'm not an expert in economics or market trend, whatever you want to say, but money's purpose is to move. When it stops moving, there's problems. We have issues with the economy when there's when money stops moving. So. The biggest thing that a business needs is money. Money to keep things going, to keep pay employees, pay the bills, pay the bring in inventory. So we learned very fast, the actual value of the cards that we had and the cards that other people had, and then we branched out into, then we started doing some memorabilia stuff, and then, we branched out into toys. Beanie Babies were a big thing for a while. Then I branch off, and I'm starting to, eBay was still young at that time, and that's when we were doing like sending checks or money orders back and forth. One of my first purchases I remember was a big stack of Jake Plummer rookie cards. So yeah, I mean, we didn't really utilize eBay that much, but I started, as we started growing, you need a bigger audience. You can't just, do local shops and local deals and even shows that come around, toy shows and stuff. Those only come around once in a while. So, or you can go out to them, and then that costs money traveling, going out to those places. So eBay is really a great way to get your items in the eyes of pretty much everybody around the world, because eBay is huge. So, so I was on eBay. I've been on eBay for like 23 years. I lost my initial account. I don't know what happened. I either forgot the password or lost access to that email. So, I've been eBay since 2000, so 23 years, and lots of changes in it. So I started branching off into toys and collectibles, stuff that I like, and I would buy local lots. I'd buy huge lots locally, and then start selling off the pieces individually, keeping stuff that I liked. And I still wanted to collect. I'm a collector. I still like to collect things, and so I would collect things, and then I would sell things to make the money back and make a little bit of extra money. But I started doing that, and and pretty much just branching out into other, just learning different sectors, watching YouTube. YouTube is a great resource to learn what's out there. Don't go chasing bolos. There's been some talk about people, chasing bolos, people saying, having bolo channels, and yeah, bolos are great. It's great to get those big hits, to find those big hits, but it's not sustainable. It's not something that's going to sustain your business. So, be cautious of those big hits that you see people get. They're out there. Trust me, though, they're out there, and it's great. But to really sustain your business, you've got to find those items. You got to find what is your profit goal? How much do you want to make per item? And then go out and look for items that will meet that goal. Okay, so if you're paying $5 for something because there's fees, because there's shipping supplies, you may be doing a lot of traveling, so there may be gas or wear and tear on your car. You might need to make triple, maybe quadruple that price that you're buying something for, depending upon what it takes for you to acquire that item and sell it. So you got to take that into consideration. It's not just I buy for $5, sell it for $5, I've doubled my money. There's a lot more into it. Just like any other business, there's a lot more into that. Although having your stuff on eBay means you don't need necessarily a brick and mortar store or storage unit. You can sell right out of your house. You can sell out of out of your garage, however you want to do it. Obviously, if you're just starting out, you want to save as much money as possible. You probably just want to sell out of your house. Battery died, so I had to plug it in really quick. But you want to start sourcing out of your house. That's going to be the cheapest and easiest way to get started. You're going to need items. You're going to need to find honey holes or places where you're going to source items. That can be Goodwills. It can be flea market. You start with stuff at your house. If you just have stuff laying around, look it up. See if it sells on eBay. See if there's a market for it. Goodwills, flea markets, garage. Everybody has garage sales in their area. I'm pretty sure wherever there's houses, there's going to be some garage sales. Look on Craigslist. There's some garage sale .com websites you can look up. But for me, I've just noticed that going either on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, searching garage sales, I find local garage sales. As you saw in this video, I went to a garage sale for the first time since last garage sale season. But we're in California, so there's no season because generally the weather is always good. So garage sales happen year round here. But garage sales are a great place, and I think I mentioned that garage sales, you get the best bang for your buck at garage sales because people are trying to clean things out. They're trying to get rid of stuff. At least most garage sales, you'll get a good price because they just want to get rid of it. You know, flea markets, people are trying to make money on there, but yet they're also trying to move stuff because they had to haul all that stuff over there. Goodwill is going to be probably your last resort, and it's going to take the most skill because that's a store. They have storage units, they have warehouses off site, they have places to store stuff, so they're not going to be in such a rush to try to sell you stuff. You know, Goodwill is not a for profit. Their money goes to a certain cause. So, you know, they're not in a rush to sell things, but they will try to move stuff pretty quickly. So sourcing is obviously huge because you need items. Now, why did I start reselling? I started reselling because at first it was fun. It was just a fun thing to do. Then you learn that you can make money off this. Like, wow, I can actually earn extra cash. I always had a full-time job. And only recently am I starting to reduce my hours at my full-time job. Well, it's not full-time anymore, but becoming, not necessarily quitting, but moving to an on-call position. So basically, almost work when I want to work, kind of scenario. So I can focus more on reselling, focus more on family. I forgot to mention earlier, I'm probably going to be releasing these videos every other day because kids are back in school, we have sports, it's pretty busy. So we're busting kids around, we're driving around like everybody else, and that's what reselling as a business has provided for me, just flexibility, because I don't have to worry about going into an office. I don't have to worry about clocking in or out. I can go. Do I got to go pick up my kids at lunch? But then again, I only have like an hour or so. So you're on a time crunch. It just gives you that little bit of freedom because you're making money to support your household. You're making money to buy stuff that you need, pay your bills. Live. So I started reselling just out of fun. Then realizing you can make money you can make good money out of it. So then I started branching out to other stuff. But it was mostly just not necessarily a hobby, kind of like a supplement type of hobby, combo of two for a while, a long time. And, then, just a couple years ago, it was like just a big push. Let's just go for it. And now it's doing really well, really well. So I just need more time and to be able to source and be able to go out during the week, which is why I'm decreasing my availability towards my full-time position. So, making money, making money as a reseller. What do I enjoy most about reselling? Sourcing items, of course. The buying is the best. Or finding those big bolos, those big hits. While you can't rely on those bolos to sustain a business, you can definitely count on them to give you like a big boost. Like, you have your $15, $20 sales, or just boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden you have that $100, $200 sale, just boom, bump you up. And, that's really cool when you see one of those come in. And definitely helps you on the money side of things. And just remember, you're online, you're selling online. So it's 24/7. You're making money 7 days a week. Even when you're asleep, you could be making money on this platform. But also, like I said, the sourcing to me is probably the best. Bringing items, and one of the ways I try to treat eBay is a place where I'm bringing stuff that you can't find at a Target. You can't find it at a Walmart. Walmarts, Targets, shopping store. I mean, they're just so it's just the same old stuff all the time that I see. And when I go to a Goodwill in the flea market, it's different every time. You never know what you're going to find. I was just at Goodwill today. A flea market today. And I pulled a bunch of sealed cassettes from the 90s. Country music cassettes from the 90s. I mean, where are you going to find that? You're not going to go to Target and find that. I pulled a couple items right here that I bought. These are from my own personal collection. And, another reason why I love sourcing and going to the flea markets and Goodwills, going to the flea market since I was a kid, is I'm finding not just items, not just toys, because I like to collect toys, but memories. These are memories. This little tank right here, this is a sonic flasher. I hope it's coming in. Oh, I should do it this way. I put it in front of the screen. So it's a little tank, has a little clear, the gun on the front is clear, and if you can hear it, making a sound. It should light up too, but for some reason the LED doesn't work. But at least it makes the sound. And I had this when I was a kid, and it takes me back to when I forgot what year, I was watching, like, whenever Pirates of Blackwater was on Saturday morning cartoons. And it was a Christmas, and I got it in a stocking, and I was sick that Christmas, and I remember playing with this little toy, and I had it for so long, and I ended up losing it at some point as I grew up. And I've been looking for this. I've been looking for this for well over a year. And it's just nowhere to be found. This exact tank, nowhere to be found. You know where I finally found it? At the flea market, just sitting on a table right there. Like, holy cow, I can't believe it's right there. I was kind of like in shock. I was kind of like when I met the Resell. I was like kind of like, what the, kind of like just sitting there in shock. I'm like, I can't believe the exact sonic flasher. It looks like a micro machine too, but it's not a micro machine. I can't believe the exact, not just a sonic blaster, but the exact one I've been looking for was sitting right there. That's why I like sourcing. That's why I'm out at the flea markets. That's why I'm at the Goodwills. Not only am I chasing items for resale, but I'm also looking for my memories. That's what I'm currently collecting at the moment, are my memories from my childhood. I don't care if they're used. I sold all my carded Star Wars during the pandemic. I didn't really have, I don't really have an attachment or anything to, oh, it's got to be in perfect condition, it's got to be graded, or I prefer my toys loose because I can display them, then I'll store them all the way, then, in about a year or two, I'll pull them all out, redisplay them. So this is another one right here. This is a Lego set. This is the Lego Forest Men, kind of like the, I don't think they had the license to use like Robin Hood, but it was kind of like Robin Hood, but they just called them the Forest Men. Now my camera's overheating, probably because I have it plugged in right now. It keeps cutting out on me. But the Forest Men, do you guys remember these? Vintage Legos. Missing the hat though. So I found it at a flea market. I mean, where else? I mean, other than eBay, flea market, where else am I going to find it? At eBay, I'm going to pay up. But, and so I have paid up. I have paid up for items. Matter of fact, check this out. I paid up for this guy because I couldn't find it anywhere. This toy my cousin had, and I would always play it every time I go to his house, and I finally got one of my own, I don't know, what, 30-something years later? Boom! And not only that, it's like a Russian nesting doll, because it has several in there, and it gets really tiny. You can see that right there. This one I had to order on eBay, because I wasn't finding it, so finally I said, that's it. I'm just going to order it. So, again, where are you going to find this? You're not going to find this at Target. This is metal, probably made of lead, too. But lead paint. Where are you going to find it? You're not going to find this at Target. You're not going to find this at Walmart. I mean, crazy stuff. This is the stuff I collect, by the way. Just old childhood memories in toy form. So, I hope you guys appreciate the video. A little, dive into my life here as a reseller, and what you guys should do. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what troubles you as far as, if this is a reselling channel, I'm on eBay. So let me know. Let me know what troubles you out there. Let me know what if you have any questions, concerns, you like the video or not. Leave a comment down below. Appreciate a thumbs up. Appreciate new subscribers. I'll be back, and like I said, every other day. I'm going to do a video every other day from now at least until, who knows, maybe next summer. More time, but we'll see. Either way, guys, I appreciate you guys watching this, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.